I'm Dieter Plaetinck. My biggest claim to fame is probably that I was the first engineering hire at Grafana Labs after the three founders. I've always been a huge fan of open source, and after 9 years at Grafana, I'm even more excited about open source than ever. I got involved a little bit with open source capital and talking to you guys, the Algora folks. Watch out that you don't bump into this lady. Yeah, now I'm actually starting to work on my next project, which is going to be an open source mobile app for self improvement slash workout tracking, habit tracking. More news on that soon. Yeah, I was a digital nomad for a while, lived in New York for a few years, and now I'm happy to be back in Europe.
You mentioned earlier how you took a sabbatical, and that's something unique. A lot of people, are concerned. Should I do it? Should I not? Could you tell us about it?
Yeah, I think when you feel like you could use it or when you're thinking about maybe it's useful, then it's probably definitely going to be useful. I found it very helpful because sometimes you just live your life, you do your work, and if you don't take the time to really step back and think about what am I doing with my life, like it can be surprising. Like I took my sabbatical, and when I took the time to really reflect on what I was doing, I started realizing I needed to adjust some of my values. I realized I neglected a bit of my personal life, and I had some things to work on. I was expecting it to be professional things to work on, but actually it was more personal and just taking care of yourself. And it can be very confrontational. Suddenly, when you really start looking at what am I doing with my life, it can expose a few things that maybe you would prefer to just never look at, but it can be a good thing to look at them and take care of it. And it could be a huge positive change, and it can set you up for the successful continuation of your life, both professionally as well as personally.